Stop trying to become the one when you're already it. You're already it. And all the healing, all the fixing, all the striving, all the things that you think that you need to do, that you tell yourself you must do, that you push yourself into, or that you shame yourself for not doing, you know, those beliefs, those stories that you have going on subconsciously that tell you you're not doing enough, or the ways that you're trying to measure yourself against some yardstick of perfection, of who you think you need to be. All these ways that you're trying to fix and improve and shape and mold and create. And that our society and our culture and the healing industry and the personal growth industry and the entrepreneurial industry and all these different areas that they heap praise on you for doing, for being the type of person that shows up in that way, that pushes themselves, that drives themselves. Do you realize that they are the very thing that are keeping you from what you want? That effort, that pushing, that striving is what is keeping you from it. Because you're trying to change yourself when what you really need to do is choose yourself. I'm going to break down in this video exactly what that means. Because deep down, you believe that you're broken. And this is a cliche because it's true. So I want you to really slow down and feel into the truth of this in your body. How deeply a part of you still believes there's something wrong with you that needs fixing. You're not good enough. You're not attractive enough. You're not successful enough. You're not this enough. You're not that enough. You're not enough. You're not worthy. You don't deserve it. Don't just skip past this because it feels like a cliche that you've heard before. Really slow down and tune into the truth of what I'm sharing right now, that deep, deep down, you feel broken. You feel like there's something wrong with you that needs fixing, changing, overcoming. And that's why you loop. That's why you circle. That's why you're stuck in this same place, still wanting what you want, making strides, making steps, seeing results, but still kind of feeling like it's out arm's reach, still feeling like there's a gap between who you are and who you want to become. Because you're still moving from the old paradigm. You're still moving from the root sin, the core belief, the original sin, the only sin, that deep down you believe you're broken. Deep down you have a story that says, I am not complete. I am separate from love. I'm separate from God. I'm separate from truth. I'm separate from what I want. What you want is what you are. You want you. You want the full embodied realization of yourself, of your truth, of your wholeness. Because what is whole already can't search for more, because you can't complete what's already whole. What's already whole is whole, right? So that yearning that you feel, that kind of anxious tension that drives you to seek more, can only come from a part that is living in separation, right? That is living in, I'm not whole. I lack something. That's what I really want you to tune into right now when you slow down and think about the thing that you want in your life. What do you feel? Do you feel the sense of, this is like wholeness, I'm whole, I'm complete, and I want to create this thing as an expression of that? Because that will feel like lightness, that will feel like detachment, that will feel like joy, that will feel like play. A child doesn't play because the child feels incomplete and needs to play to prove itself to be better than what it is. A child plays because it's whole and it plays as a nature of its being, right? You are that child. So is what you want fueled by that frequency of play, creation, wholeness? Or is it coming from charge? Does it feel like, I'm kind of excited about this, but underneath that excitement, there's this tension. There's this when I get that, it's going to all come together. Or, what if I don't get it? This fear of failure, this anxiety. Do you feel a tension, a nervousness, a charge underneath your desire? If you do, I can guarantee you right now, you're in the same loop that most people stay stuck in. That you're still trying to prove your way, to earn your way to what you want, because you still believe deep down you're not whole, you're not complete, you're not enough. That's it. You can let everything else go if you devote yourself to this one truth, that you lack nothing. And I don't just mean, because this is what most people do, is that they hear this and they go, oh yeah, this makes sense. And they might share a little quote of it on Instagram, you know, or they might say a couple affirmations and they'll, I'm whole. Bollocks. Your body doesn't believe you. Your nervous system doesn't believe you. And that's why something feels good and it lands for a moment, and then you're on to the next thing. You're looking for the next high. You're going to the next workshop. You're hiring the next therapist or whatever. Instead of really going deeply through devotion into embodying that truth. You don't need more insights. You don't need more healing. You don't need more. You just need to choose with conviction, with devotion. You need to go all in on this. Breath by breath, moment by moment, every single action that you do every single day must carry this frequency, this choice, this claiming that you are the one, that you are it, that you lack nothing. Breathe into that with me now. Because that's what it really feels like. It's not fireworks. If you're still chasing fireworks, you're still coming from the wound. It's a subtle exhale. It's a sigh that doesn't come with charge. It's just relief, release, presence. It is, because you are. And you understand what I'm saying, and you seeing this video because your frequency has attracted this into your life. This is the moment for you to stop with all the extra bullshit and to really fully devote yourself to the embodiment of the truth that you are whole, the truth that you are enough. It's what all the great spiritual teachings come back to. And everything that you do in your life, all the actions, all the healing, all the personal growth, because I know the kind of person that you are. You know, you're not new to this stuff. You've worked on yourself. You've done breath work. You've attended the workshops. You've healed. You've grinded after what you want. You're not living the normal life that most people live. And yet, you're also still stuck. You're also still not living the life that you know that you could be living. And that's because you're still coming from this one wound. You're still coming from this same place. This is the good news. And it's not revolutionary. You've heard this before. But the thing that's making it click this time is that you're realizing, I'm not missing anything. You don't need more. You just need to devote yourself to this fully. To stop trying to fix what is already perfect. You are already perfect. And I'm not talking about you, the identity you, what you do, you know, because that can always be shaped. That can always be molded. It can always be optimized. And we're allowed to do that. You're here to build a beautiful, fun ego, personality. But if you identify with that as who you are, you'll always stay stuck. But when you identify with the truth, that you are not the fixer or the one being fixed, you are the wholeness, the space, the field. You are the one. You are complete. Don't just hear these as nice cliches. Feel them as a felt, resonant experience in your body, as a truth, because I'm speaking to the truth in you now, from the truth in me. And that's why you feel it. This is your time, and this video is your invitation to cross the threshold now from the chapter in your life where you circled, where you fixed, where you healed, where you worked on yourself, where you grinded and hustled, and you move into the life where things happen effortlessly. Because alignment is now the frequency that you speak. Alignment is now the language that you speak, the frequency that you embody. And alignment means choosing the truth. I am, and I lack nothing. And instead of trying to fix all the parts of yourself that don't yet believe that, because this is the gap, this is where most people then stay stuck, is that you kind of hear that and conceptually you know it, but your body doesn't believe it yet. And that's where they then stay stuck, is that they try and fix the patterns in their body, identifying in the process with the patterns. You identify with the fixer, the identity of the fixer. But the real subtle shift, and this is what I guide my clients through when we work together, people that sometimes have been stuck for years, just with this simple recalibration, where they can actually end up doing less and achieving more, because they're no longer coming from the wounded self, trying to fix itself. Because life never gives you what you want. You know this. It gives you what you are. It gives you the state of consciousness that you're existing in, the identity that you embody. And if you identify your God self, if you identify as that, just as the simple truth that you're whole, that you lack nothing, that creation flows through you in abundance, rather than that you are this wounded small separate self that needs to fix, prove, improve, strive, build, create, hustle, make things happen so that you finally feel enough or fill some void. Whatever. When you let that go and you choose with devotion and you move from that place, then everything starts to really shift. All your actions become charged with the vibration of truth, and they have way more potency. They feel way more joyful, and things start to happen more effortlessly. Miracles start to fall into place in your life because you're no longer creating resistance and barriers and walls energetically in the field with the false stories. Right? You get to receive in the 3D world a reflection of the truth that you embody, which is that you're already whole. And that's why if you don't do that, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to keep facing the same money problems, relationship problems, health problems, business, purpose, whatever, because you're still trying to fix those things from the identity of I lack, I'm not whole, I'm not enough. And which means no matter what you do, everything that you do is going to carry that same charge, and you're going to receive similar reflections back. It's not difficult, this stuff. It's simple, and that's why so many people miss it, is that the subtle simplicity of the truth to the ego mind that has made an identity out of fixing itself, it feels like, what? No, there must be more. I must need to do another 25 breath works and stand on one leg for 68 hours fasting or whatever. No. You can do those things. Great. Yeah. But don't ever believe that they're the source of your power. You are. You're it. You're it. And this next chapter of your life is going to be fucking awesome. Not because you became something more, or you started doing more, or you finally overcame some block. It's because you stopped playing that game entirely. And you chose to move inwardly with conviction, with devotion to the truth. You are whole. You are it. You have arrived. And you lack nothing. And now you get to build and create from that place. Take a little breath into that with me. This speaks to you because it is for you. I'm calling in a very specific type of person into my field at the moment, and it is a person who is ready to cross that threshold, who is ready not for more healing, not for more coaching, but for initiation, for a rite of passage, a ceremonial death and rebirth, right? To finally just let go, to close that chapter, to let go of the version of you who believed that there was something wrong, that needed fixing, and to fully claim your power and to build from that place, because that's how we create heaven on earth. That's how we change the world, by not believing the bullshit lie that there was ever something wrong with us. Because only whole people who understand their wholeness, who embody their wholeness, and who build from that wholeness can create a better world. And you're one of those people that's here to do that. So welcome to my space. Please drop a comment. What did you learn from this? What's the insight? What's the thing that shifted for you today? And what does that change in your life? I'd love to hear. I'm going to be posting a video every single week on this channel, so please subscribe. Over time we'll build, I'll do more videos, but I want this to be a field, a shared field that we interact with together, that we build together. And if you want to go deeper with me, I have a 2-hour online rite of passage called Initiation. This is not a workshop. This is not another thing that you need to buy to fill yourself with more knowledge. I'm not here to sell you anything from a place of lack or whatever. What I'm offering here is a rite of passage, an opportunity for you to go all in to embodying this truth that we're speaking about, to finally close the door on that old chapter and free up the power that you've been locking away inside those old stories so that you can really build what you're here to build. Because in this space, we are the builders of the golden age, and we're not shying away from that. I know in my bones that we're here to create heaven on earth. We're here to create a better world. And this is the path. This is the path. It starts inwardly, and it starts with initiation. So head to the link below in the description. You'll find out more about that. And most of all, remember this truth, because you've already arrived, and it's fucking great, and you're great. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next video.